Today I've been joined by Annabelle Foat from the Gold Coast Suns AFLW Academy and who was a part of the Queensland State Championship sides. Annabelle, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Tell us a bit about your footy journey, Annabelle. What kind of got you into footy and what type of player you are?
I started when I was about 7, I'd say. My
Mhm.
family, my dad and my brother are really big in the footy. So I started playing at a local club.
Mhm.
Then I moved to another one once they had another girls' team there.
Yeah,
Just played there for a while. And that's about it.
that's good. What position would you say you play on the footy field?
Generally, I play around midfield, but throughout Suns and Queensland, I played forward, back, mid. So just, anywhere.
Oh, that's good. So obviously you played in the state championships. Obviously for Queensland, it's wrapped up into 3 games. You obviously had 2 wins out of the 3. Obviously that Vic Country game, the Allies, and WA on the weekend. How was that experience for you? As this is not your draft year this year; it's the following year. So how was the experience for you, Annabelle, to kind of get that early taste of what it takes for next year and beyond, and get to play with some of those girls that are much older, or not much older, but they're a year older?
Yeah, no, it was a really good experience. Getting to travel and then play
Mm.
other states, like really high level, high pressure. But yeah, no, it was a good feeling getting to experience that, and then
Mm.
obviously know what it's like this year to hopefully do that again next year.
That's right. So, how were you when you were first told that you would be part of the Queensland state side? How did you receive the news and how did you take it?
I was actually walking to class at school and I
Mm.
saw that mark, and
Mm.
I just lost words.
Yeah.
Really excited, so that was really good.
Mm.
Um, and that just made
Mm.
it gave a lot of confidence.
That's good. So, how beneficial though is it for you to, again? You're talking about confidence. How confident does it make you that you're not in the draft year? And generally, there's always bottom majors that are in those under 18 state championships, but give you belief to go. You can make it. So far, at least, and that you're getting in a year early.
Yeah, no, it it makes me feel so like a bit more confident knowing that I can make a state team underage and
Mm.
get to experience that. And I think it definitely gave me heaps more confidence just getting
Mm.
to that stage.
Mm. It's good. Obviously, in the 3 games that you did play, obviously had 18 touches in the first 2, and then on the weekend ends WA having 21 possessions. So again, a really good tournament for yourself, and had 8 tackles in that middle game against the Allies. What did you take out of playing in those 3 games that you played, and who were some players that you played on, if you remember, that you had to match up on?
One game. Oh, I didn't really match up at all throughout the period except for one game against Vic Country. I played on Sarah Howley for the
Oh
second
yeah.
half. Yeah, because I
Mm.
played her as well in the Suns, so that was just that was good. Um, and I don't like it was good, but got to took me to the ball a bit, which was
Mm.
nice.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, Sarah's obviously in this year's draft, and she's going to be one of those names that we hear about when the draft comes around this year. So obviously gives you some confidence as well. Of the 3 teams that you played, who would you say was the team that competed against you the most, at least either individually or as a team?
I do think WA brought the contest really well. They were
Mm.
very rough, brought it straight away. They played a great game, and then probably Allies. They really stuck it in us,
Mm. Mm.
and unfortunately we couldn't come back from that. But they really bring the heat and just gave us they were just a hard team to play
Mm.
against.
That's right. Yeah, it was in particular WA, who I feel like their midfield, is well stacked. Lily Patterson, Molly O'Hare, Zippy Fisher, some really strong names in there, and to beat them quite comfortably, the team that is in the second half in particular, must give you good belief. Well, now that the tournament's over, but going into the next season as well, and every other football game you go into from now on.
Yeah, definitely. Knowing that we could push through them players that are very talented,
Mm.
that it's definitely makes you feel good. And heading into next year, it's exciting to see what we come and how it all goes.
Good. So with the Gold Coast Suns Academy, Annabelle, how did that opportunity come about, and how long have you been in the Suns Academy for?
I think I started the Suns Academy when I was maybe 14.
Mm-hmm.
That was like from club, just do that for a little bit. It wasn't as serious at the start, but definitely the past 2 to 3 years I've been heaps more involved, playing 16s and 18s last year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really good. They gave support and just really helped us through, giving us a lot to go with.
That's right. Obviously, I'm sure you've seen and clearly would know some of the girls that have recently been drafted to the Suns, or anyone in Queensland in general. Who's some players that you've seen get drafted that you'd be hoping to play or match up again in a year or so's time?
I went to school with Sienna McMullen, so that was exciting
Mm-hmm.
watching her get drafted as well as Bish.
Mm-hmm.
They're both so talented, and yeah, can't wait to watch them play and maybe verse them one day again.
That's good. Obviously, this year's draft crop, obviously, you played alongside a fair few of them in the Queensland side. Who are some of the girls that you played in the Queensland side that people should keep an eye out on when the draft comes around this year or next year?
Definitely Havana.
Mm-hmm.
She's a really great player. I loved playing with her. As well as like Mia Salisbury.
Yeah.
I like how she plays, and Gnarly Milne as well. She's always love watching them play and playing with them. It's fun.
Okay. I know Gnarly personally. I've had her on once before. It's very noticeable when you got the helmet on as well. It
I
stands
know.
out.
Yeah, definitely easier to see.
Absolutely. It definitely is. All right. Overall, Annabelle, obviously you mentioned playing through the midfield and then through the state championships, playing through a few positions. What would you say is some of your biggest strengths overall as a footballer?
Probably contesting at ground level, one-on-one, and then just like reading the play, anticipating where the ball's gonna go, and just getting in like the good positions to receive it.
No, so that's good. Obviously being in the academy, how beneficial has it been involved with a club that's aligned with AFL and AFLW players, compared to some, that just play it locally, or, play in the coach league side that are just, aligned on their own. How beneficial is it to work with some of the girls and men that are already on those lists at Gold Coast?
Yeah, no, they're really good. We often get like other coaches coming in helping us through. That's great when they come and help out, and yeah, it's just way more like involved. They're very specific. Like they help you just want to get better and just help you grow as a player, which is really good.
So who would you say is some player comparisons you would compare yourself to the type of style of play that you play, like at either AFL or AFLW?
So what was that?
So what if you were to compare yourself to an AFL and AFLW player, to the type of style of player that you play like? Who would you say that player is?
Oh God, I don't really know much of the AFLW players, but
Fair enough.
playing with like Sienna McMullen with school and that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she plays.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, what are some goals you set for yourself for is there any games that you're now involved with this year? Now with the championships wrapped up for Queensland?
I've got Bond Uni. I play for Bond Uni, so that's
Oh
a
yeah,
coffee. I've got
yeah.
up for that, so hoping to get games in seniors, otherwise resis, which is good. Probably.
Nice. That's good.
Oh yeah.
That's fair enough. Overall, in your footy journey, Annabelle, you mentioned since young age playing in Queensland. So, overall, have you had any individual awards or premiership success throughout your time?
I did have. I did win a premiership in club league.
Mm-hmm.
That was up there with a few girls, so I got to play that grand final, which was really good. And I won like best and first just at club a few times, but yeah, that was. But yeah, about it.
No, that's good. I mean, I always say to people, Annabelle, no matter what league, what division, what grade, or anything, a premiership's a premiership, and a B&F in your case is a B&F.
Yeah.
So I was like, who do you grow up supporting? Is it Gold Coast or is it someone else?
I do support Gold Coast. I
Mm-hmm.
grew up here, so yeah, they're just my home team.
That's
Hopefully,
fair enough.
better. Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, but how do you feel the men's season has gone so far? Obviously, towards the end of the season now, just hanging out of that final chances was pretty much unlikely now, but you never know with the way this season's going. How have you assessed their season?
I think they've really brought it this year. Definitely winning, I think,
Mm.
all their games, which is good. Getting
Mm-hmm.
to watch. Yeah, I just think they've just brought it so much, like compared to other years. They're like a play against. So
Mm.
yeah.
That's right. They lost their one home game against Brisbane a couple of weeks ago. Outside of that, though, yeah, they were undefeated at home. Won those games in the NT. They won all the games at Heritage Bank or People's First, whatever you want to call it these days. It changed about 3 times in the last year, I reckon. But, they won so many games and they have shown gradually improvement. I think there were signs, though, Annabelle, last season when Stewie Jew was there towards the back end. I think the signs were showing what's come out this year. But in saying that, it would have been disappointing, though, to drop some games to North Melbourne and West Coast on the weekend when, in the prime position against those two in particular.
Yeah, it is a bit disappointing losing those, but yeah, definitely have improved heaps.
So absolutely, they definitely have. Now, here's some teammate questions, and I think this will be good. Yeah, this is where teammates start to make it broken, and they like you more and more for it. So the first one is, who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at the Suns Academy or the Queensland State side? Who can't get enough of it, and they know what to do when cameras are around?
I'm gonna say Ava Usher. She loves a bit of spotlight. Funny, but yeah.
I have noticed that for sure. All right, the next one. Now, if someone who would be the player or players that would Google their own name and check out all their posts and news articles and clips and everything about themselves? Who would that be?
Oh, maybe Alana Welsh.
I'm sure there's some highlight reels after kicking a few goals on the weekend, a goal on the weekend, and through the championship. So I'm sure there's some clips of that floating around. There's replays on the AFL website, so that can always be checked.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely could be. All right, who is the best chatterbox at either club or either team?
Oh, either Laura Roy or Mia. Yeah, they both love a good chat.
No, so that's good. If you were to say who the loudest or quietest teammates, who would you say the loudest or quietest are?
Loudest. Oh god. Probably, I'd say Mia again is the loudest.
Yeah.
And then one of the quietest would have to be Alana, I reckon.
Interesting. Check your own highlights and be quiet about it at the same time. Not bad. All right. If you're stuck on a deserted island with teammates, who would you be bringing and not bringing, and why?
I'd bring Have.
Mm-hmm.
She's just so go with the flow. Doesn't really care. Find a
Mm-hmm.
way stuff, I reckon.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't bring maybe Aaliyah Stringer.
All right. Fair enough. That's good. Now going back to the state championships, Annabelle, for a second. Who are some players that kind of impressed you in your side that you just were really impressed by how they performed?
Shawnee, I think she's great down back. She can hold her place well as so can Neve as well, I reckon. They're both solid down there. Dakota Barron, just strong above, just can take some good marks. Nice. And then for the midfield, probably Mia. She's just really knows what and just very reliable.
That's good. How would you? That's Some good names that you mentioned there. How would you assess your own championships?
Yeah, I think I did pretty well. Definitely some
Mm-hmm.
areas fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, but yeah, I think I gave it my all and took my opportunities.
That's right, absolutely. I think you've done pretty well, and one of the consistent performance for the Queensland side throughout the whole tournament. Okay, now nicknames, Annabelle. What nicknames do you get that you like or dislike?
I get Foaty a bit.
Oh yeah.
My coach called me Foaty.
Mm-hmm.
Some Bell. I don't mind that one. And then otherwise, I've gotten Anna before. I'm not a big fan of that one, but goes, yeah. But that's about it.
That's some basic nicknames, but sometimes that's the best way to go. Just stick to Fody and Belly and or Bell, and that's some good ones to go by. All right, what are some fun facts about you, Fody, that people may not know about you?
Oh, oh my god. um, I used to be an alright touch player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind doing a bit of that.
Yeah.
Pretty good book,
Oh yeah.
good food.
Yeah.
God, that's all I can think about.
That's good. There that you mentioned food, I did have some food questions, which I'll get to now. But before I do that, what is your go-to signature dish that you make then, since you said that?
I can make a good curry, like a green chicken curry.
Oh yeah, nice.
I do that one pretty well. Yeah, that's
That's
probably
good.
my.
So do you get any good reviews from other people that you dish it out, or do you just make it for yourself?
No, I make it for the family. Every
Nice.
now and then, yeah, they love it.
No, well that's a good thing. And I mean, if they're asking you to do it again or happy with it, so obviously there can't be no complaints. And all right, let's get into this food question. I love asking these. For context, only 13 people have got all 6 questions correct to how I would answer them. Only 9 people have said the illogical wrong answer for this first question because there's only one answer. And the lowest score anyone's ever gotten is a bunch of people on 3. How do you feel you'll go with food questions? Are you a foodie?
I do love food, so hopefully I go all right.
All right, let's see how you go. I think you'll go all right. All right, the first one, the most important one, chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
It's a palmy.
Good answer. Annabelle, I tell everyone that says the stupid, illogical, wrong answer because there's only one. I tell them to spell it out or pronounce it, and then they're trapped.
Yeah, agreed. Exactly.
Yeah, and some try and fight their way. They say, "Oh, it just is." So I'll go, "No, that's simple." I'm glad you said that, so we can avoid the controversial bits. Then, all right, the next one: pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
I'll go, yeah.
All right, I'll go no. So that's 1 for 2, but that's okay. That's fine. All right, tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
Cupboard.
Good answer. 2 for 3. All in saying that, I don't mind either one. Favorite food?
Sushi.
Damn, I can't accept that. All right, 2 for 4, but that's okay. Food you don't like?
Tomatoes.
Good. Now that saved you. So 3 for 5. Now, how are you? So, will you have tomato sauce? Are you one of like me that would have tomato sauce but not tomatoes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why, but it just is. And heck, a lot of people do it. So I mean, we're fine. And the last one for food. Oh, that's right. Favorite takeaway place.
Guzman.
Now, I did hear Guzman's and GYG and all the what's the other one? Sombreros. I hear all those type of ones. I've never actually been on. A fair few months ago, started this year, Annabelle, someone brought up Sombreros or GYG or something like that, right? And I said, "What is that?" And you should have seen their jaws drop. For the first few weeks of people that I spoke to around that stage, I didn't know what it was. I heard of it. I didn't know if it was a food place, if it was a clothes place. I didn't know what the hell it was. But now, since February or so, I'm made fully aware what it is.
Yep. Nah, you have to get it. So
Mm.
good.
I will. Don't worry. Only about 60 people have probably told me that now, so that's all right. I'll get onto that eventually. I was this close going to one on the weekend, but we'll see soon, hopefully. All right. So 4 out of 6. I think you passed the test pretty well. All right. So Who are some of your favourite teammates at the club, at either club or team?
Probably have Ava, Mia, Sky.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
leave them.
That's good. Good to have a fair few options. All right. So, any outside of footy interests that you have?
Um, I used to play touch for a bit, so I did love doing that.
Yeah.
Not more.
Hmm.
But yeah, not really. I don't think.
That's fair enough. If you could tell your younger self some advice to take on from now that you could have given X amount of years ago, what would that advice be?
Probably just say yes to everything. Just give it a go. Yeah.
I'm assuming you're referring to like opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Mm,
opportunity.
that's good. Yeah, as you just said, if you don't say yes to an example like that, you never know for that opportunity to come around again. And I've heard some stories. I'm not going to clearly name anyone on here, but I've heard some stories of players that have been offered some good things that you may or may not be a part of right now, and things like that, and they haven't taken it. And you never know. It doesn't guarantee you're going to get that offer the next year or ever again.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely scary if you turn one
Mhm.
down.
That's right. You never know what that could be the last chance, but you haven't done that, so that's a good thing. All right, who's some teammates you've been impressed by? They kind of fly under the radar a little bit. That don't get talked about as much as you feel they should.
Um, Amelia Ella
Hmm.
and Poppy. I think it's Poppy Tyndall.
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah, I both think they're really great players, and
Mm,
yeah.
that's good. What would you say some of your most prized possessions that you own?
Oh, definitely my phone.
A good answer. I love that answer.
Um, oh, and just my AirPods, stuff like that.
The basic I was going to say utensils, the basic essentials, not utensils.
Yeah,
Basic essentials. Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, Annabelle. Honestly, anyone that doesn't say a phone, I think they're full of crap because you need it, don't you? How are you going to communicate? It's just plain and simple. We're not living in the 1850s or whatever. You need it to communicate. It's pretty simple.
yeah, I agree,
Mm.
definitely.
So when someone tells me that they don't need it, I'm not buying it for 1 second. No matter how old they are, I'm not buying it. Maybe if you're 80 plus, maybe, but even then, you still need it to communicate to your kids or whatever. So and they're not tech savvy. A lot of those people, but anyway. All right. What do you feel is the best individual game you've ever played at any level? It can be the state championship games throughout the last 3 weeks or so. It could be for the Suns Academy. It could be anywhere. What would you say is the best individual game you've played?
Um, at school, like one of the school grand finals, I definitely had one of my good games there.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'd say that probably, and then probably last weekend
Mm,
playing obviously. So yeah, read that well, I reckon.
that's right. As I said before, they got a very strong side WA, so it's a even bigger accomplishment to do it against a side that's very stacked, especially in the position that you played in. All right. So, have you ever had any AFLW player interactions as a fan? If so, were there any memorable or forgettable moments?
I actually haven't, to be honest.
Okay.
Two of them personally, but yeah, no
Mm.
standout.
Now that's fair enough. All right. So, favorite TV shows or movies that you have?
Oh, I love Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
That show, yeah, binge that a bit. Movies, Grown Ups is always good. Bit of
Hmm.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. That's both those answers seem to be a common answer these days. All right. Then everyone likes it. All right. Now, mark or goal of the year, Annabelle. Which one would you rather do and why?
Probably goal, I reckon.
Hmm. Yep.
I think it would just like get you pretty hyped.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what else, but yeah.
That's
Goal,
right. That's right. I mean, look, you can't go wrong with either.
yeah.
Personally, I would choose a goal as well. I mean, like if you do a great mark of your contender, you basically get to play on the moment you mark it, right? No matter if it's for a set shot or for an in play or whatever. Whereas a goal, you can gloat for 30 seconds to a minute. So you get that more time to gloat and sink it in.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't know, like you said, it just makes you feel better. Like even when I do my own goal kicking challenges here in Vic, there's some good goals when I'm competing against someone. You kick a great boundary goal and that just feels extra confident. No matter if you're lost, you're like, okay, I've just done this. I don't care about the result now.
You literally, yeah.
That's right. And I post plenty of highlight reels for both, not only myself, but whoever I'm facing. There's always the best. You always got to post the best bits.
Yeah.
Well, the bad bits, well, if there is any, are on the full YouTube video, but the reels on Insta get the best bits. You don't put the bad ones in. All right. So, are you one to be scared of heights?
No, I actually love height.
Okay, that's good. Well, yeah, I can't say that. That's okay. It depends what it is, I guess. If you could have any superpower, what superpower would that be?
Oh, probably to maybe fly.
That'd be good. You wouldn't have to pay for anything ever.
Yeah, go wherever, whenever.
Yeah, and quicker. No stupid train delays. No bus replacements. No, none of that.
Traffic, nothing.
Exactly that too. That too. That's another one. All right. So, if you have any game day superstitions that you must do at all?
I do wear the same undies.
Mm-hmm.
The game. And then I like to have spag bog the night before.
Mm.
Other than that, everything's just
Mm.
low, whatever.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, some basic ones and some good ones because spaghetti bolognese is something that I hear that answer a lot too. It's a very common answer, but a good option, I suppose. It's probably the most popular pasta dish there is.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how do you feel, Annabelle, for people that have all these superstitions? They have so many. You only name two. Imagine people that have and I've heard people tell me on here they've had like 10. It's insane. What if one can't happen? You're screwed.
So, yeah, definitely a challenge to make them the same every week, I reckon.
Exactly. And if something doesn't happen, they could crack the shits or, not do well. Now, defenders, I feel like there's a bit more love than what they truly get, especially at AFL and AFW level. Obviously, the mids got the Brownlow and the rucks get recognised in Brownlow rates and the forwards at the Coleman. Do the defenders, Annabelle, deserve their own official title of an award publicly at those AFL and AFLW levels?
Yes, definitely. They saved the game a lot, so I reckon they should definitely get something.
For sure. I mean, yeah. Look, when I did play, I was playing up forward, but then over time, I've realised, you'll hear about these plays at both those levels, and you hear all those awards. You don't see defenders get Brownlow votes. Like people like Jeremy McGovern or Tom Stewart, Cal Wilkie, they're gonna probably pull like 1, 2 if they're lucky Brownlow votes each year then they're in the All Australian team. So it just doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
No, and if that doesn't get people thinking that, well, I don't know what the hell to try. All right, now, if you could best describe the best goal you would love to ever get, this can be as unrealistic as you like. You can add in the distance, the angle, the moment, the occasion. What goal would you love to pull out?
Probably from the sideline, from the 50, and just a big snap. Yeah, straight in.
That's a good one. Snap from 50 on the boundary. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely cool. Yeah, I don't think it would ever happen, but we always dream about it.
You never know. You never know one day, especially one ground you might get where there's a breeze going your favour on that side and it could help it float in or check side or whatever it is. What is the best goal you've ever gotten?
Probably just one that didn't mean to go in and ended up going in.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Was that on the boundary?
No, just a bit closer to the middle.
Okay. Still very good regardless of that. All right. So If you favorite music.
Oh, I love country music.
Mm-hmm.
Love listening to that. I reckon that'd probably be my top.
Yeah. Nice, that's
Yeah.
good. Any particular bands or singers or artists or whatever they can call these days?
Yeah. Luke Combs is good.
Oh, I've heard that name get mentioned a few times. Yeah,
One, but I've forgotten.
that's fair enough. All good. All right. So, if you were in charge of the AFL or AFLW competitions, Annabelle, what rules would you like to add or remove?
Rules. I don't
You're
know.
in charge. It's all
I'd
on
probably
you.
add more games, I reckon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um. Yeah, add more games. I don't know what else, to be honest.
Maybe something to do with that.
Yeah, a bit more dosh.
Yes. Yeah, that too. That
That'd be
too. Yeah, that more money. Yeah, more money, more game length. Quarter. Now, I've noticed this at some levels. I'm not sure exactly how Quaffle W does it. How do they do with quarter lengths? Is it 20 and it just keeps going, or do they have a time where it stops?
yeah, I think it's just 20 straight.
Okay, because I've noticed in the VFLW and the Waffle W, so now I was in Quaffle W as well. They have that where you mentioned about the clock just keeps going. Do you think that it comes to a point where they should stop the clock like they do in AFL or AFLW, where if there's a stoppage or a goal, it goes out of bounds? Because I feel like within the rules, it invents people to cheat, to cramp, be injured when they're winning and they're up by a couple of points. It's in the other team's forward line. There's 40 seconds left, and you see all the excuses to kill the time, and then you can't win.
Yeah, I definitely think stopping the clock when it's a goal or
Mm,
something. Yeah, I definitely think that's good.
yeah, for sure. I mean, people say, "Oh, well, if you're not winning, you're not winning." But players are some players are smart. They will know the time. They'll look. The clock's probably up on this big screen anyway, and they'll see how long's left, and they know when to kill time. And then that you can't get it back.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's
Mm,
very
that's right. Yeah, you can do a whole range of things. Now, I've got a few more for you, Annabelle, so I really appreciate you coming on. So, if you could, interstate trips. So obviously, you've done some of the interstate trips through the state championships. How are you with the flying component? You like heights? That's a
yeah.
start.
No, I actually don't mind flying. I don't think it's when
Yeah.
you're sitting next to fun people. It doesn't. It's actually pretty good. You just talk, watch movies. I don't mind
Yeah.
it, to be honest.
Well, that's right. I suppose at least you're stuck with people you know, at least, and not some random that you've never seen before.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
That would definitely help for sure. All right, so the last one I got for you. If you can map out a dream scenario, Annabelle, for yourself for the rest of this season and future years, hopefully at AFLW, I'm sure that's going to bring up. What would your dream scenario be?
Probably to play. Hopefully, make grand final for Bond. Play
Yep.
C be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also got school footy this year, so hopefully making it to the sunny coast, playing that. Winning that as well. That would be great for my last year. And then eventually wishing to get drafted. So see how
That's
that
all
goes.
right. Some very good options, Annabelle. Now I'm going to throw a bonus question. Now, I like asking some people this, and I just remembered it. If you could steal one player, just one, I might give you two, one or two players from another state, for say Queensland hypothetically, who would you like to steal from one of those other clubs you may have played against in the championships, or anyone that you didn't? Who would you want to steal?
Probably Ash Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, very crafty, very good player.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Very
she'd be
good. That's absolutely a very good choice. This year's potential number one pick. Annabelle, it's been a pleasure having you on. All the best for the rest of this footy season and future years, and appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
No, likewise. Thank you.